class. Today we are going to read chapter Atoms and Molecules. A brief history about the discoveries related to the chapters. Democritus was the scientist who first told that atoms are the indivisible particles. Plato and Aristotle challenged this view, believing that matter was continuous. Newton proposed the idea of invisible particles in air called atoms. Lavoisier conducted experiments demonstrating that mass of products is equal to mass of reactants. John Dalton finally proposed the model of matter as Dalton's atomic theory. Now the postulates of Dalton's atomic theory, they are: the first one, matter is made up of tiny particles called atoms. Atoms are indivisible and cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. Atoms of a given element are similar in mass and properties. Atoms of different elements have different masses and properties. Atoms combine in small whole number ratios to form compounds. In a given compound, the related number and kind of atoms are constant. Based on these postulates of Dalton's atomic theory, we have two laws of chemical combination. The first one is law of conservation of mass, and the second one is law of constant proportion. Law of conservation of mass states that matter can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. That is, when a chemical reaction takes place, total mass of reactants is equal to total mass of products. To illustrate the same law, here we have conducted an activity where we have taken two reactants like calcium chloride and sodium sulfate. Initially we measure their weights, that is masses, before carrying out the reaction, before the two reactants are mixed, and then we again take the mass of the products once the reactants are mixed and a chemical reaction has taken place. We were able to find that the total mass of reactants is equal to total mass of products. So this clearly elaborates the law of conservation of mass. Now here there are few reactions given where we are able to find out the total mass of reactants is equal to total mass of products. So we understood that in a chemical change, the mass never changes, the total mass remains same after the reaction also. Next is the law of constant proportion, which states that a chemical compound always contains exactly the same proportion of elements by mass. This law is also known as law of definite proportions, and it was given by Louis Proust. Now, to illustrate the